Not many men have stared Islamic radicalism in its hairy, smelly, and altogether unpleasant face. Even fewer have done so and survived. One man who has is Theo Padnos. He's a freelance journalist who was abducted in 2012 by al-Nusra, an al-Qaeda-linked group in Syria that is fighting the Assad regime. After 2 years of torment and multiple failed escape attempts, he was finally released in late 2014. He's able to tell his incredible story to the world. Theo Padnos joins us now from Paris. Theo, thanks a lot for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So I've always wondered, yours is a remarkable story, and the first moment I read it, my first thought was 2 years is such a long time to be in captivity. Did you find yourself identifying with the beliefs of your captors?
No, not identifying. I mean, I try to understand them. I mean,
yes.
They have a there's an elaborate philosophy that they're following. There's all kinds of libraries of information and texts, and of course I tried to understand what they were thinking and what they were reading, and but identifying, no, I mean, I'm not. They're murdering people in the street.
Yes.
They employ children as torturers. They are destroying the society over there. No, I didn't identify with them.
Well, how did you keep from doing that?
Them for this.
Well, good for you. How did you keep from doing it? You read so many accounts of people who their defenses break down after a while, but yours didn't. How?
I mean, listen, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make you like them. In that respect, yes, they want you to support their cause. They want you to love and respect them as individuals. And because I knew what they were doing, I knew what they had done to me, and I knew what they were doing to my fellow prisoners. There was, there was no conceivable likelihood that I could respect or admire them for what they were doing. Of course not.
What were they driven by?
What are they driven by? This is a good question. I mean, some of them are interested in money. Some of them are interested in power. Some of them love the guns. You know, they're having a wonderful time during the jihad. This is an important aspect of the jihad that we don't really understand or appreciate in the West. But they all have guns. They have the keys to these cool pickup trucks. They have free food. They can summon people off the street and begin to, they imprison people. They're constructing a real prison archipelago over there for their prisoners and for anyone they really don't like. So, yeah, an incredible access of power to many young men who have had none over, for most of their lives. So this is it's a dangerous scenario that's unfolding over there in those parts of Syria that the government does not control.
Huh. What's your view of the Assad regime, whom they are fighting?
I mean, the Assad regime right now, there are approximately 16 million people there who are living in safety. The schools function, the universities function, the hospitals function. I mean, there's traffic police in the streets. Listen, it's not Switzerland. It's not a perfect society. I think they themselves recognize this. But anybody who wants peace in Syria will acknowledge and respect the peace that they have at the moment, and not try to degrade it or damage it somehow, which the Obama administration was doing by sending missiles and all kinds of weaponry to the rebels, which I thought was it was disgraceful because it destroyed such peace as there was.
Huh. The peace that was secured by the Assad regime, which is, as you know, routinely denounced here as monstrous.
Hold on. There was a situation, there remains a situation in which there are rebel enclaves, and these rebel enclaves are not peaceful. Of course not. No, they're being destroyed. And I mean, it's a civil war. Look, it's a civil war.
Yes.
But the rebel enclaves are just a minority of the population lives there, and the majority of Syrians are living in relative peace under the Assad regime. And yes, that is preferable to bombing and to the crucifixions in the streets that we're seeing, and to the murdering of citizens and the torturing and the imprisoning of random people, which is what they're doing.
Yes. So we don't have a lot of time left, but just give us a short summation of how you got out when so many didn't.
This is a good question. There was a humanitarian intervention that was really carried out by the nation of Qatar. I don't think the American officials had much to do with it, but I have my freedom really to thank. I have to thank Qatar for my freedom.
Amazing. Theo Padnos, it's quite a story. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight.
Thank you.